And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind. So they have an extra one, and that's how we get the podcast. The podcast. The podcast. Big D and Bubba podcast. The podcast. The podcast. Big D and Bubba podcast.
Just cook him a good meal. And if you can't, buy him some Popeyes.
That's right.
Dude, I almost spit that out.
Man, let me tell you something about that lady. She's cute. She's really cute. That is, every cute girl in my hometown has that accent.
Yeah.
That's what they sound like. Buy him some Popeyes.
Buy him some Popeyes.
Let's play again. I want to hear it.
All right.
Just cook him a good meal. And if you can't, buy him some Popeyes.
There's something about that Popeyes.
Man, Popeyes.
Buy some
telling
Popeyes.
y'all.
Kicking off the podcast, sponsored by our friends at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
What's the matter, D?
Bubba made me some, Patrick made me some Patrick Punch. Or what is this?
Patrick Punch. It's Diet Mountain Dew and sugar-free Red Bull mixed together.
I had to pee. We were about to start the podcast. I had to pee, and I needed to make coffee. So I'm like, I'm running in there, and I told Big D, I said, I'm going to make this super fast. So I go run in there. I throw the coffee machine on, and then I go pee, and then I come back, and I realized I forgot to take out the K-cup from the prior person, whoever it is. So I'm afraid to take a sip of my drink.
Just reuse
because it's going to be like super
watered
watery.
down coffee.
Yeah. Big
So you-
fail.
Yeah, you just ran.
You want some Patrick Punch?
No, I
hook you up.
haven't even tried this.
You don't want any.
Really?
What is delicious?
Let's go for a little bit, and then I start feeling funky.
Whatever.
Yeah, this is like-
amateurs.
this
Just
is
a
like,
little caffeine.
Yeah, I got a little, like it's coffee light.
It gives me a weird feeling in my head.
So what is this Patrick Punch? Because people,
It's Diet Mountain Dew,
and
sugar-free Red Bull.
but I thought there was like a third ingredient.
Sometimes I use Diet Sundrop. But let me tell you something about Sundrop. Sundrop has more caffeine than Mountain Dew and Red Bull.
Sundrop's
So it
not
actually-
easy to find unless you're even in parts of Tennessee.
Yeah, but like
Only,
Diet
the
Sundrop.
Chattanooga thing.
You
Diet
get your hands
Sundrop,
on it and you're like,
ooh, it's good stuff.
so why does it have so much caffeine?
It's just
It's red.
That's their thing.
all of those drinks have a lot of caffeine in it. Mountain Dew's got a decent amount.
I played
Bull.
softball with a guy who, I played softball with him. He occasionally played. He was mainly just the coach, and he would sit there the whole time. He had him a little thing of, it was always like Sundrop. Well, I found out like after like a year or two that it was Sundrop with vodka in it, and that was his everyday drink. But
Every
he
day.
carried it around.
Wow.
He carried it. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's not with us anymore. But he carried it around all the time. I'm just saying,
It's a great story.
Part of it was because of all that. But yeah, but he carried it around all the time, and it looked like he was drinking soda, and the whole time he was hammered.
Well, he probably wasn't hammered.
no,
If he's drinking every
all
day,
the time. No,
I mean, that's
high
just
functioning.
that's just him.
No, he was very high
He
functioning.
needed that just to
like he would get
feel
out there and
normal.
play softball, and we knew. Like, yeah, I didn't know. I always thought he was just drinking, soda.
This looks like a sample.
Well, look, it doesn't raise the caffeine content
That's
because
definitely not my sample because I'm
just-
dehydrated.
it tastes better than it does. It has its own distinct. If you're thinking that's weird, it is. It's also delicious.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, it's just the weirdest.
Not
Sometimes,
as good as Popeyes.
No,
yeah.
get him some
Cook him a
Popeye.
good meal. And if you can't, buy him some Popeyes.
That's my hometown too.
Yeah, totally.
Buy him some Popeyes.
That's a Creole girl.
No, that's just
Cajun.
Yeah.
What's the difference between Cajun and Creole? You don't know.
Yeah, I do. And it's a long explanation, and I don't. And some of it's going to sound inappropriate, so I'm going to leave it out.
You can do all the Google. Oh no, because it's race involved in a lot of this. Yeah, so I mean, you can Google it. We're not going to get
Creoles
into
are
it here.
The real definition of a Creole is someone who was born
Mixed
in,
race, right?
No, who was born in like
I
Louisiana.
love how
Bubba
it's so
doesn't
easy to get
know.
y'all
I know.
into this.
Creole is someone who was born in Louisiana or
I
in another
always thought
country
it was.
from like the second generation people.
No, we are so wrong.
no, I'm
Creole.
not.
Creole is actually a dialect from
No,
two
it's not
languages
just a
developed
dialect.
from a pidgin. That's what it says here.
Okay.
What?
I have no idea what Bubba's talking about now, but
Jambalaya.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know, man.
No, macaroon.
Nobody where I grew up ever called themselves Creole.
No, nobody
Ever.
does.
That
There
was
are
always
people
something.
who
That's
call
how-
themselves that, but it used to be mixed race people in New Orleans would call themselves Creoles, but I'm not even sure why.
Yeah, a person of mixed French or Spanish and black descent speaking a dialect of French or Spanish. No, the dialect, nobody
But-
speaks that.
It's because those people were born. They didn't come from France. They didn't come from Africa. They were born here, and they were kind of Creole means second generation. I don't know. It's
I
a
just hate the
long-
way
so then-
I just hate the way TV
the
always makes it
Cajuns-
to where people are speaking French all the time. When they show anything New Orleans,
Nobody speaks French.
they always are like, "Oh, and you're like,
Nobody.
no, that isn't how it is."
Nobody. My grandparents spoke French to each other.
Only
and
when they
old-
didn't
other
want
old
you to
people.
hear what they
That's
were
it.
saying
That's it.
or the cuss words.
Oh yeah, but we all knew the.
But they would still
we picked
they
out.
would still only cuss in French. It was weird.
Do you guys want to hear my Cajun accent?
No.
Yes, I do.
No.
It's gonna sound. What's it gonna be? Kind of Irish or Jamaican? Which
Give me
one?
a scene, and then Carson is going to help me, and she's just walking in. So
Is Carson also gonna do a Cajun accent?
yes, Carson
Y'all
is
be
Cajun.
like an old married couple in the grocery store,
Okay.
trying to decide if you need some rice.
Did you say
and
decide?
Decide if you need some
Okay.
rice and some gravy. We're gonna cook rice and gravy tonight.
Okay.
And
And what? And
Yeah, I
what
was
is?
gonna
Now
say,
even
that's
my
not even-
Cajun accent's bad because
And
I'm
what-
mocking what I think Big D's gonna
Man.
do.
What is? And what's her Cajun name?
Clotilde.
And what's mine?
I actually think I have a great aunt named
Bernard?
Clotilde.
Mine's
No.
Bernard.
Bernard and Clotilde.
Man, yeah.
Bernard and Clotilde. Make Clotilde, we're going to make fried rice and gravy tonight.
Fried rice?
I just got this new griddle.
You gonna make fried rice and gravy?
Gonna make the fried rice and gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's German.
No.
We have
May
Swedish,
ya? You say
Swedish
may ya?
Cajun.
May yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ja. Da.
We'll make some jambalaya, and then we get some crawfish,
Come on.
and then we go down to the river and we make a fire.
A fire.
A fire.
May yeah.
So bad.
And
Oh.
we'll
so
invite Patrick and
Bubba.
Bubba, and we'll have a fire. It's pretty good. It's not terrible.
I
I don't
do.
know where
I
the
mean,
accent is on fire.
It's
I don't
really
know what that
bad.
is, but
Shout out to our bud Raphael, who said what's up. He's watching on the live stream. Raphael, I was thinking about you the other day because I was going to make a order. He's the one who sent us the goodies from Puerto Rico.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Yes, I was thinking about
It's his
that.
wife's shop, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't have it. Raphael, if you are still watching, put it on there. I'll give her a little
So
shout
where you
out
can
there.
order it online.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, other
also,
people can see it on
what's up
comments,
to
too, man.
Vaughn as well. Man, today was weird. Big D
are we
did
done
a
doing Cajun accents? I
Yes.
thought we were
Yes.
gonna
Oh
sing.
my
yes,
gosh.
you
My
gotta
gosh,
move
it was
on
so
from
much
that.
fun.
Carson did one dumb
One
thing.
word.
Although,
What?
look, man, speaking of Cajun
Duh.
stuff, I'm wearing my high school
Oh,
hat.
HLB. Braves.
HLB Braves, baby.
Bourgeois.
One
I'm
reservation
disappointed.
drive.
I was really enjoying that. So, okay, go on.
okay.
Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say because you know what Patrick just did? He pulled a Bubba.
I Bubbaed
the
you?
thing he always
Bubba.
accuses
Anyone
me
ever
of.
deserved it, sir? It was you. We just went to total silence because no one knows what to do.
So, Carson, what did you go to? I saw on your something Instagram about you and your brother went to something.
Yeah, me and my brother and another friend of ours, we went to the Movies pop-up, which is the fictional restaurant in the Kevin Smith View Askew universe, which is the guy like Clerks and Mallrats and Dogma and Jay and Silent Bob
How
Strike
was
Back.
the food?
The food was good.
Movies food is
Movies
good.
food was good. I got the Impossible Burger. My brother got a regular burger. My friend
Movies
Jonathan.
doesn't have Impossible Burgers.
No, they do. Yeah, they do. If you watch Jay and Silent Bob reboot, they have vegan
Really?
food. Well, yeah, because Kevin Smith is vegan now. So, yeah, and then my friend Jonathan got the chicken sandwich, and then I got chocolate covered pretzels while they were playing Mallrats, and I get it. You probably don't understand that reference, D, but it's a whole thing about chocolate covered pretzels in that
Excuse
movie.
me?
I'm sorry.
Pardon me?
I mean,
Are you a Mallrats fan?
Yeah,
No.
I've watched both. One
there's
and
one.
Two.
Two isn't out yet.
I know, but I'm going to watch
Oh,
both.
okay. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
But
This
it
is
was
where
one.
Big D gets real defensive while he's pretending to be into something he doesn't.
Let
know.
me
cool.
get.
It's
Let me
cool.
guess what it's about.
Oh, okay, good.
Mallrats.
Ooh.
It's not about rats. 'Cause that's too.
Is it
easy.
animated
Wrong.
or is it real people?
It is about. No,
Is
it's
it?
not.
No, it's
I
not.
look at you. See, look,
No,
he
it's not.
wasn't sure.
No, it's not. I'm going to say Mallrats, the movie. Mallrats is about girls who go to the mall and it's set in the 80s. And they
no.
all. Huh?
It's
that
about
right?
mostly dudes who hang out at the mall. It's set in the 90s.
Yes.
Oh. And that's all they do is hang out and they're kind of losery.
Yeah, it's pretty much me and my friends in high school
Yeah.
hanging out at the mall. It's
Yep,
exactly
yep.
that movie. You know what? If you were born just a little bit later, you don't know that. I don't think kids hang out at malls now. I know they don't now, but like,
So my son, he does. They will get together at the mall. But here's what they do. They get together at the mall and then they leave the mall. Like they have all the parents drop them off at the mall. Yeah, we're going to hang out with this friend and that friend. And then they all pile into somebody else's who's older's car and they leave.
yeah.
And how do I know this? Because we have Life 360.
Oh,
And
yeah.
one day we were like, after I dropped him off, my wife checked in on him and she's watching him drive away. That was
I miss the mall,
Wow.
though. I miss that whole thing. Like, that was a place where we would go and just walk around and just,
Yeah.
you know, it was something to do. Like, kids just don't do that now. They'd rather sit at home and play with their phones. They're missing out on that
when
kind
they
of
go to the
stuff.
mall, guess what they're doing? They're playing with their phones.
You know what,
I mean-
though? I went, after we went and did the whole pop-up thing, we went to go see our cousin. And then as we're driving home, we went to a fast food joint. And there were, I think there were like 12 kids just hanging out in the parking lot.
Did you
And
do like a Sonic type thing? or-
yeah.
Yeah.
And they were hanging
Yeah,
out
they do
in
that.
one of the parking spots at Sonic.
We
And,
Yeah, we did
which,
that.
Yeah, and I was
growing
like,
up, ours was a Burger King. That's where we all got together.
I was surprised though, because I
Oh.
was like, oh, kids still hang out? Good for them.
Yeah.
Burger King on the other side of the bayou in New Iberia, they didn't let you hang out. They would
Oh.
come and
Why? Because of the fights? Because that's what it was for us. That was like if you were going to have a fight. If you were, if you were challenged at school, it was meet me at the Burger King, and
no,
it would
wasn't
be at whatever
there.
time.
That was the empty parking lot or the empty lot across the street. You would just go across the street to the empty lot, and that's where the fights were. Burger King was a little further than that, but it was just a spot where for some reason everybody started hanging out, and then we were taking up too much space, and they couldn't get customers who actually wanted to go in and
Yeah.
buy food and sit and eat.
Ours was Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
Dunkin'
yeah,
Donuts?
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, you'd go to Dunkin'. And
Is that where they would do the fights too?
No, I don't remember
Because they
people
were
really
all-
fighting.
Oh,
I don't remember that in high
You're a
school.
little more upper class.
No, I
'Cause
mean
where
the
I
reason
was, it
everybody
was-
went to Dunkin' was because there was a cigarette machine.
Dunkin'?
The upper class
Oh,
cigarettes,
I don't know.
I'm
Welcome to
sure.
Connecticut.
Virginia Slims.
I imagine Carson's high school. Somebody wants to start a fight. They take their glove off and slap them across the face.
I challenge
I
you to a
stand,
duel.
I must have retribution.
Were you ever challenged to a fight, Patrick?
Oh yeah, but I talked my way out of that.
I was going to
stuff.
say, I could see your mouth getting you in
Oh,
trouble
yeah.
when you were a kid.
It got me out of trouble most of the time too. So my brother. So I have two older brothers. My oldest brother is the one who doesn't talk at all and has nothing to say. And apparently was very, very tough. He's 11 years older than me, so I didn't see any of that. But I later found out the story that my brother Barkley, the second one, who's 2 years younger, showed up on his first day of high school, and on the first day got into a fight at lunch with somebody, and it was meet me across the street after lunch, and he's like, all right, I'll be there. And my brother was thinking this guy was bigger than him and this was a bad idea, but he had to show up. And he showed up, and the other guy didn't show up because between lunch and then somebody had told him that was Terry Paul's little brother. And so he's like, I'm like, oh, wow. So you're telling me his reputation was that they didn't even fight with you because they didn't want to fight with him.
There was
like,
That's awesome.
That
though.
happened to me.
Like that did not. I would have liked that when I was in high school.
That
would've
happened to
been
me. I
useful.
was challenged to a fight, and it was a dude who we were in ninth grade, except this dude flunked twice. So he was
So he
really
was
an
really
11th
an
grader.
yep.
And the difference between an 11th grade boy and a 9th grade boy is vast.
It's a lot of difference.
And he was like being one, he was just, I don't know. Anyway, so it was there was a fight challenge. He was like, meet me at the mall, behind the mall by the water tower. And I'm like, okay, I'll go. And
Travel across the creek. You will find a frog with 3 eyes. Turn left and go 60 paces, and I shall be there waiting for you shirtless.
Here's a map.
I showed up and he didn't. And like a bunch of people, like it was when there was a fight, people would get in a circle around it. And it was like, that was like the ring, And so I was there in the circle by myself. He did not show up. And the next day he walked up, he goes, hey, I heard you went. I was like, yeah. And I was thinking it was about to go down right there. And he goes, you're pretty cool. And he never picked on me ever again.
This is what I love about dudes. You guys just settle stuff, right? Like he looks at you and goes, all right, cool, respect. You showed up and I got no beef. We're done. Your hands are washed of it. Like girls, we didn't physically fight in high school, but there would be phone calls and there would be gossip. And even when you supposedly made up, oh my gosh, it never ended. You still talked about each other behind their backs. You still had frenemies. Like, guys, you guys can do it and then move along. And we didn't. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It was almost worse for us.
Yeah, because you never let it go. It
No.
eats away at you.
No. I also didn't know that fights really existed like that in high school. I always thought that was something in the movies. When you said like they got in a
No, maybe it's I don't know. I mean, I know you say Cheshire is a small town. I don't know. Maybe it's just small southern towns are a little different. I don't know, but it was norm.
It was also
the things you did in high school where you drank, you fought, and you looked for people to date.
Yep. We were so scheduled. Everybody in my high school, we were so scheduled that between sports or dance or music or whatever activity you
were
had.
kept busy.
Yeah, but we were just the most overscheduled children. And that wasn't just me. It was everybody I knew. We wouldn't have had time. Like, say, meet me at 3:00. Well, no, man, I got track practice. I can't do that. Okay, fine. Meet me at 5. Well, no, that's when band practice is. All right, meet me. No, I got SAT prep. Like we couldn't put it into our schedules.
What a nerd.
It's not me though. That was the entire school.
I can't fight you. I have SAT prep.
That would have been it. Like,
Band.
right?
And then I've got speech and drama.
5 a.m. is hockey practice. That was, before school.
Well, that's where you fight on the ice.
Did you bring your, Patrick, did you bring your gavels to your fight?
Heck yeah.
Just pound them into your hand.
Just beat him with the
Just
gavel.
waiting for them.
He shows up.
I did.
Thor with his mighty hammer.
Pumping them in your.
I got challenged to a fight once on a Wednesday, and I was like, oh, man, can we fight tomorrow? I have speech and debate practice this afternoon. And he was like, you know what, kid? Don't worry about it. He was like, I don't want to fight you. It just seems like it would be mean.
You guys went to a burger place, too, like after school, and that was your hangout?
Done
right,
me?
D? Yeah.
Yeah, a Burger Chef was ours.
Burger Chef. They don't have Burger Chefs. There's like only a couple of them left.
Yeah, right next to the junior high. No one fought in high school, not anymore.
Oh, they didn't have that?
No.
Man.
We had a weird high school. It was all the old Cookeville High School was it was all laid out, and the rumor was that it was supposed to be a Florida school design because it was all an open campus. So like when you walked out, it was like a spoken hub kind of deal. Mm-hmm. So you had like a building, and that building had 4 classrooms in it, and they all from different sides. Right. And then out of that would go like sidewalks that would connect to another one, and they had 4. So you walked outside to get to your classes. We didn't have like an indoor high school part. Part of it was at the very beginning, but
ours
all
was
the rest
all indoor. Like we didn't even have windows. Everything was like a building encased inside of a building. It was really bizarre. Mm-hmm. All the walls were brick, and you had there. And I always thought about, what if there was something go down, like a fire or something like that? How do you get out? You can't. You only have that one entrance exit to the room, and that was it. And like each hallway section was like pods. We had different little pods, and so it was like a maze to get in or out. And I'm like, man, thank God nothing ever happened, because it was extremely unsafe.
You guys remember the temporary buildings?
Mm-hmm.
Trailers.
The portables.
Trailers. The
Called them the
portables.
trailers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. We didn't really have
The
that.
Acton
in any
trailers.
of my
We had them in
schools.
elementary school. We didn't have them in junior and high school, though.
My
No,
kids have them now.
My high school was built in like 1967. It's still there, and it was just 4 long hallways.
Is there a sign there?
What
that
I
says-
went to high school
yeah.
there? No,
There
they
needs to
don't.
be.
They don't see it as a big deal. I don't know what's up with that.
What is your high school?
New Iberia Senior High.
Okay.
And you can look on the website. It doesn't even say it there. I don't know what's up. Why they don't celebrate it more. But anyway,
Checking you
it's-
out.
Like Bubba said,
I'm not real sure if he's joking even.
I know I'm not. 4 long hallways.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Notable people.
Wow.
And
I'm
you
not
are
even
not
on
in there.
I know, right?
Patrick, have you reached out to them and offered to perhaps donate your gavels for a shadow box?
You know what? That's mean. First of all, I'm keeping my gavels. Second of all, they told me they didn't need them. But that's beside the point. I don't even remember what I was trying to say now.
4 long
No, we
hallways.
didn't
Yeah.
have any. We didn't have any window. I didn't even think about it until like, oh yeah, frick, we didn't have any windows. We were just locked in these little stone cages. Even the doors, if you remember, I don't know if y'all had these doors. The doors had like those little tall, skinny windows where you could kind of look in, but
Yeah.
otherwise it was a solid door.
And they had
So
the
there was
little
no-
they had the little chicken wire embedded inside
yeah,
the
it's
windows.
embedded in the windows. So
This
you can't break out. It's like you're in a prison.
I mean,
Notable
so,
alumni at Cookeville High School: Mac Brown, Watson Brown, Rich Froning Jr., the CrossFit athlete, Robin Clark. There is no big D here.
Well, those are all real notable people. All
Go
those
back to
people.
mine. Who's notable from New Iberia
They
Senior High
don't
School?
even have anybody under.
Don't even
here.
have any notable
No,
people.
they
I
don't,
don't
even
have anybody.
No, nobody
Not
is
one.
listed
true.
under
Mark
notables.
Roman played in the NFL. He went to school with me.
I mean, man, that's
I'm
not
just
even
telling you,
really.
it's not
I
there.
mean,
But that's what it. You know, that was what everybody remembered.
Freak Rich was like an international athlete who won like over and over and over. Like he's a real legit thing.
The CrossFit guy.
Yeah. You know, let me people
Yeah.
play in NFL. I mean, I get it.
a lot of people play in the NFL. I get it, but I'm from a small town. Not that many people from my town played in the NFL. I think it's like 2 or 3 now. I think there's one more guy, but you know,
I'm
it's our
looking on
thing.
mine. Yeah, I'm not on mine. Oh, yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes.
stop.
No,
Yes.
Carson, look at that. No, it
Yes.
doesn't
That's
say that.
amazing.
Oh, yeah, look at this. Notable alumni, but everybody else has a
Oh my
special
gosh.
link.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, H.L. Bourgeois High School.
Look at you.
Got Beryl Amadi. You got Lieutenant.
Wow.
I have never been more jealous. Are you serious? It's on the Wikipedia.
I'm right
page
there
for
next to the
professional-
guy who was on the
Ew.
6th season of NBC's The Biggest Loser.
Okay, well, you're more famous than that guy. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
What
I'm
up,
gonna
Brady?
guess.
Awesome.
Dude?
We would look up Carson's, but we know it's going to be there.
Nope, he didn't go to my high school.
Oh, he didn't.
No, he went to the academy in town.
Did you go to was
Really?
it Cheshire High School?
Yeah,
Or was
Cheshire
it-
High School.
Okay,
Just
checking
thought
yours.
James Vanderbeek. I thought there was just one high school there, but
No, that was the Cheshire Academy was the private school.
all right.
You had Horseshack from
Welcome back, Cotter.
Yeah, he
My
was.
mom
Her
dated
mom
him.
dated him.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Let's see. Medal of Honor recipient. Well, you've got good people went to your school.
Say anybody else? I think somebody who was on Project Runway.
The guy who's the CEO of Energizer.
Oh.
Yeah,
What's Energizer?
Brian
Like the batteries?
The batteries?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian Osmus. You got a bunch of people. Who's the other person you were looking for?
Oh, I don't know. I think somebody from Project Runway. There was some TV producer who I think wrote his own Wikipedia page
Oh,
and
Adam
linked himself.
Kalustian.
Yeah, I think he wrote his own page and put himself
Also,
on
The
there.
Biggest Loser from The Biggest Loser. You and I have a weird little high school connection to The Biggest Loser.
And then Brian Leach.
Look at Patrick. He's just so sad.
He's so mad.
He's so sad.
I don't think Brian
so
Leach went to
sad.
Cheshire High School, but he's from Cheshire.
That's crazy, man.
He's so mad.
You believe he got on
You're
there?
not
Can you believe
notable.
that, Patrick? Can you believe they put him
Did
on
you
there?
put yourself on there?
I did
you
not.
edit the Wikipedia page of
not.
your high school
I
to
did
put
not.
yourself on it? Because
I did
I'm
not.
going to do it.
You'll be the
you're gonna
you'll
have
be
to
the
set
only
up.
one.
There's no other notable people, but I'm.
You're gonna set up
No,
a notable
I'm not
people,
gonna
and you're
do
gonna
it.
add those people that you went to school with that played in the NFL.
Fine. You know what? Whatever. Fine.
We're gonna go back like in 6 months and look, and Patrick will be there, and
Oh, yeah.
I will be happy
Or
for you.
you know what? I bet one of like someone in the 17 will do it.
No, they won't. And
Yeah,
I don't care.
I bet they
it's
would.
fine. Don't do it. If you're listening to this, don't just let it be. Let it be. They wrote
But
about
really,
me
he wants you to
in
do
the local newspaper, and I thought that was kind of overkill, but at the same time, it's the coolest thing ever. So, you know.
What they write about you for?
Oh, because like local boy done good. Like there was a picture of me holding a CMA award on the front page.
For all this?
Yeah, for all this.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm a little offended that the Cheshire Herald has never
Yeah. What's up, Cheshire
dusted
Herald?
my doorstep.
Where's the Homa Daily Courier? Where are
So
you at?
I
I'm all right
didn't
with it.
tell my mom or anybody that it was going to be in there because I didn't actually know. Like, you know, they call you from the newspaper, like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And I talked to the guy. And I didn't think anything of it, and I forgot to ask when it was going to run. It was on like the Sunday paper, so it was the color
big
edition,
day.
and it was on the top above the
fold.
above the byline,
Oh.
like the top thing, and then it was on the second
Oh.
front. So there's just my picture there. My aunt, who's no longer with us, my mom's sister, she calls my mother and goes, "Patrick's on the front page of the paper." That's all screaming. My mother goes, "What?"
I think
She
we
goes,
found a
"He's on
gold."
the-" Yeah. Patrick's on the front page of the paper. That's yeah. You see, I did that to myself. But that's okay.
So she was all excited.
They were all excited. Like, it's a big deal because everybody apparently still read the newspaper. This was also
Good.
like
Oh, that's nice.
3 or 4 years ago when people still read
Nice.
the newspaper.
They still read it.
Some people
Yeah,
do.
People do.
I don't want anybody from my high school to find me because those that have, you know what they've all done? Hit me
Hit
up for
you up for-
backstage
yeah.
passes.
Hey, man, can you? No, I can't. Actually.
Hey,
You're good.
remember we were in second grade together? Because that's about my last memory of you. Sure.
It's terrible, man. I have a couple people who reach out for tickets too, and it's just that's like, man, the only time I ever hear from you is when you need something. And I actually told this one of these people, I said, look, I only hear from you when you want tickets or backstage passes or meet and greets or whatever you want to call them. I was like, do me a favor, put it in your phone, a little reminder, call Bubba, text Bubba, whatever it is. And every once in a while, it'll be nice to hear from you when you don't need something. And it makes me more apt to want to help you. Oh, okay. Never.
No.
Never.
Big D doesn't want anyone to call him on the phone. Bubba's trying to get people to call him for no reason.
Well,
when
no,
they
I'm
don't
not
need
trying to
something.
get them to call
see
me. I'm
Put
just
in your
saying,
calendar to
I'm
call
just
me.
saying, reach out when you don't need something is all I'm saying.
And another thing, don't ask Bubba for tickets or backstage passes and stuff.
I can't get 'em.
he doesn't know any of this. He's
Because
going
what
to
happens
ask
is
me.
I'm going to him,
And
yes.
And then I'm asking somebody that I know for tickets for somebody that Bubba knows. So,
yeah,
okay, so you know Bubba that I work with, a friend
Very
of his.
convoluted.
Oh, it doesn't.
Also, backstage passes aren't a thing, people.
No, they're not.
That's the other thing I'm trying to tell you. Like, no, you're not going to party with a band. I
Nope.
get it. You saw behind the music.
This is not Wayne's World. That doesn't happen.
right.
It's
Like,
not a
oh,
thing.
God.
Okay?
The guy who hit me up like, hey, can you give me backstage passes for Iron Maiden?
No.
What?
First
Yeah.
of all, what do you want to do? Get backstage with Iron Maiden so you can drink Metamucil with them? They are all in their early 60s, sir. This is not what you think it is, okay?
Like, what do you think they're doing back there?
Prunes, man.
Checkers. Checkers.
He's playing checkers. The drummer's over there. He's got one of those big rubber band things because he doesn't lift weights anymore, but he's stretching with that rubber band. Like, you don't really want to hang out backstage with rock bands in their 60s.
Oh.
I'm just
I
saying.
feel bad for them now.
I mean, you
I
can
mean,
meet
I
them.
do,
It's just not the
but-
part. Yeah, you're right. You know what? Actually, I kind of do. And I would drink Metamucil with them. I do. I don't
Carson,
Yeah.
let's say, who's your favorite monkey from the Monkees?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. It depends on
They're
the
older
day.
than their 60s,
I mean,
care.
right?
I can't tell you our
like,
favorite
like
monkey.
Peter and Davy are dead, so that leaves two. Let's say probably Mickey. He
Okay,
seems more
Mickey
fun.
Dolenz,
seems like
let's
fun.
say, I don't know if he's single or not. Let's say he is. If he were to ask you out, would you go out with
100%.
Really?
Really? He's like 80.
Oh my God, have we never discussed who I think the sexiest man alive is?
No,
Oh.
I don't think so.
Don't say Barry Manilow.
No,
Okay.
you don't besmirch the Barry,
I'm
but
not. Just-
no, Mick Jagger.
She's-
oh, God.
Mick Jagger,
Jagger's-
followed by Roger Daltrey from The Who. Sexiest man on the planet.
Really?
Oh my gosh. The problem is I'm too old for Mick at this point. I think his girlfriend is like 30. So
And he is
78.
Mick Jagger.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, don't say what you're supposed to say. Think about it and say the truth. Mick Jagger or Skarsgård?
Oh, Skarsgård.
Oh, see? So
Really?
I
I
just proved
Because
that
I'd
he's
have
not
a long
the sexiest man.
No, Skarsgård doesn't have the moves like Jagger, but Skarsgård, we'd probably have a little bit more time together than I would with Jagger. But if you said you get to go on one date and that's it, no, I'd still say Jagger. It's a better story because there's a couple people who go, "Who's it? Oh, who is he?" And I'd pull up pictures from True Blood. If I say I went out with Mick Jagger last night, nobody's questioning who that is.
Oh, that's true.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
if I'm doing it for the Insta op. So, yeah, I mean,
Doing it for the Insta op. That's a thing.
Could you hear my
Carson
eyes
just said.
roll when you said it?
I literally hear Big D's veins in his eyes just stretch just a little bit.
Wow. That's still like so crazy fascinating that, I mean, he's an old dude.
I mean, he is, but he also runs 6 miles a day, which is 6
Does he
miles
really?
more than I've basically run
Are
in
you
my life.
kidding me?
No. He's
wow.
oh, yeah, he's super in shape. His dad lived to be like 96. We still got Jagger for another couple decades. We fine.
We hope so.
We do.
Very sad losing
Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie Watts. That was crazy.
That was a bummer.
Like, I didn't see that coming.
Well, he had bowed out of the tour already.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we already knew there was a replacement drummer for when the tour kicks off next month. And yeah, Charlie, he had an operation. There were some problems. And Charlie also, as much as, and I know Dee doesn't know a ton about him, but everybody.
Who are we talking about?
The drummer for the Rolling Stones who died.
He passed away this past week.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that.
And everybody talks about like, oh, Gentleman Charlie, because he was always in a suit and he was very quiet. He didn't say much. Charlie also had a big old heroin problem for a long time, and he finally got clean in the mid 80s. So like the fact that you made it to 80 after doing stuff like that.
I remember I was watching, who's the one that got married to the girl, like the 16-year-old?
Oh, Wyman. That's
Yeah.
the former bassist. He left
So
in 94.
They
or
were
96.
at the wedding and they were asking Charlie about it, and Charlie was like, "Yeah, good luck with this."
He started dating her when she was 13. They got married when she was 18.
Weird.
Not weird. No, illegal,
beyond-
gross,
yeah,
ew.
gross. Okay.
Yeah, Bill Wyman. How is it that you are a member of the Rolling Stones and you are like Bill Wyman was a boring dude. He didn't move on stage, but killer bass player. But like you are the most boring member of the world's greatest rock and roll band that includes Keith Richards and Mick Jagger, and you have done the most scandalous thing. How did that happen, bro?
Maybe he was trying to reach. He was.
Oh, no, he's just that's.
Let me
gross.
ask you a question. Can you give me backstage passes for Iron Maiden? I really want to hang out back there and like watch Matlock with the guys. maybe they're shooting up Relief Factor with Pat Boone. I don't know. It could be fun.
Talking about how they're about to buy some gold.
Yeah, got gold to buy. The bass player sitting in the corner. He's playing Candy Crush on his phone.
Bruce Dickinson's talking about reverse mortgages.
Reverse mortgages.
No, dude, they're playing solitaire on their iPad.
Solitaire. I thought that was too old. I was going to make that reference because that's what my dad does. But my mom plays Candy Crush, so I felt like that was a safer bet. Relief Factor can help you live a better life. Thank you, Pat Boone. Oh, thank you, guy, old rock and roll guy. I literally can't name any of your songs. Good job there.
Well,
Where am I?
Didn't Pat Boone do a Metallica album?
He
or
did a
something
metal.
like
He
that?
did a
Judas
metal
Priest,
album.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
Then he came out in like a leather studded vest.
The drummer sitting in the corner yelling at CNN on TV. This is great. This is a really good time. Backstage party. All right. Those are all of my old man references.
Any good Insta ops?
Here's me sitting next to Bruce Dickinson watching Matlock. Up next, Murder, She Wrote. It's a party.
I asked Steve Harris to take a picture of us. His thumb is covering the lens.
Here we are at the dermatologist getting a checkup.
I was hanging out backstage with the guys from Iron Maiden, and the lead guitar player was asking me if I got that mole on my neck checked out. then he showed me a mole on the back of his calf. It was strange.
Well, I really
Crazy
blew their mind when I told them Bruce Jenner, you just see him nowadays.
Then we all drank a glass of Metamucil and went to bed. It was awesome.
Oh, you couldn't hear anything but our CPAP machines.
It's written in their rider, no spicy food
No
after
spicy
5:30.
food after 5. Dinner has to be ready at 4. And you know Metamucil's on the rider, too. Like, it's on there. It's not even kind of a thing. You're like, maybe we should know. We need prune juice, and I need some Metamucil.
You know, the sad part is, like, I was going to go see Judas Priest next month, and Rob Halford just turned 70. And I was like,
great.
yeah, that's not a big deal. And then I'm like, wait, but he's 70. It's like, okay.
Yeah. He's just, look.
Rob Halford in his leather and studs is going to be 70
That's right.
years
And
old.
do you have some of that Theragesic? Because the drummer's knees get really, we need to keep that in the dressing rooms.
We got to watch out when it rains.
Yeah.
See, I can't really add to this because I don't know all the old people products.
Oh, come on.
I feel so left out. I know,
Just
like
basing this on what, instead of groupies coming backstage, it's massage therapists with stuff to rub them down afterwards.
Oh, what? I had a coupon for that.
Oh, all the catering is done by what's that place up by the north town? The old people all eat. Oh,
Hometown buffet?
no, hometown buffet's actually pretty good.
country,
Furs, Lubies,
Shoney's.
any kind of cafeteria.
Shoney's.
it's all you can eat.
The band shows up at the auditorium at 7 a.m. in the morning, just before it's not even open yet.
Is that Senka?
Sanka. Yeah.
I need
Really
my
need
decaf.
it to be decaf,
I don't need to be
guys.
up all night. You ready to rock?
Are you?
And they're in rocking chairs.
Oh, gosh. We kid because we love.
Yeah. By the way, I would go see all those guys in concert. I'm only mocking, the people
Yeah,
who
I
think
mean,
it's a party backstage. I don't-
Card-carrying member of the Iron Maiden fan club. We all know where
Iron
I
Maiden
stand.
still is incredible live, but
After
I'm very
party,
excited for their new album.
after party at Cracker Barrel.
the after party is a Cracker Barrel. We played
And
checkers.
if you can't,
Oh,
buy
man.
him some Popeyes.
Some
Oh, but it has to
Popeyes.
be mild.
What's that? Oh, yeah, mild. Make sure the oh gosh. Okay. Can we? That's all I got.
I have a
got
little
nothing.
headache now
No,
from laughing.
I'm dizzy from all that. So I think that's how we should end the week.
I agree.
Guys, thank
Been
you
a
so
good
much
week.
for being with us here on the podcast. Thank you to O'Reilly Auto Parts for sponsoring the podcast. If you have any automotive needs, whatever it may be, go in, talk to the people at O'Reilly. They're awesome, they're friendly, and they will help you get your car rocking. Like,
Not like that.
okay. Thank you for having us on. And for those of you listening to the audio version, Travis Mills up next.
This was the podcast, but now it's over. But that's okay, because you can listen to the regular show on the radio every day.